Hello, my name is Cindy and welcome to my channel. This channel is a lot about education, or at least with educators in mind. I have a lot of videos about education, teaching online, and helpful tips for educators. I even have lots of collaborations, interviews, and I just really like to share with other teachers some tips and things that I've learned over the years. I've homeschooled, I've taught in person school, and I love teaching. So, this video is going to be all about some favorite resources and books of mine that I have found through the years. And this might be a little different, something that you may not know about, something that you could use as a homeschool parent or as a teacher in a classroom. I have used these resources both ways. So, thank you for coming to my channel. I look forward to sharing this information with you today.
Hello, my name is Cindy Bennett and welcome to this video. Thank you so much for coming. Don't forget to leave a comment below this video. Let me know how you liked it and please consider subscribing to my channel. I hope to see you again soon. Have a great day.
So, I'm going to share my screen today, and I want to tell you about a homeschool family that I learned about through the years. This homeschool family is called the Robinson family, and they came up with the Robinson curriculum. And when I first heard about them, I heard about them as a homeschool family that the mom was homeschooling, the dad was working, he was a scientist, and unfortunately, they had some bad things happen, and the mom actually passed away. It's a very sad story. And the dad had six children. He knew that they had already decided to homeschool. He was a scientist, so he could work from home, but he had to figure out a method that he could put together for his kids that they could kind of do on their own and they could kind of work through the program with guidance rather than a one-on-one teacher. And his wife had done a great job, but she was necessary for the method that they had worked out together. So with her gone, he had to figure out a different type of program. So what he did was he compiled a bunch of resources, starting with teaching your child how to read. So this website here is years later after we've had lots of new technology come into play. And of course, a website. This wasn't available when I first heard about this program, but this is kind of all streamlined. So if you're getting into it now, you have an advantage. So this website, you have 120,000 pages of outstanding materials. Now, when I first heard about this curriculum, they had put all the books on CDs, and we got for like $100, you got a collection of CDs, and you would take it, load it on your computer, and print out the books that they recommended. And you had like a spelling list, you had absolutely everything you needed for like $100. I'm not exactly sure how they do it right now, but you can access this for information all about it. The thing that I want to share with you today is his cool list. He came up with a list. And like I said, I had all the books on CD and I could print them out. But you can find out what types of books he recommends right now. This is a sample list. McGuffey Readers, Rover Boys, Hans Brinkler, Little Women, Robinson Crusoe, Heidi, Up from Slavery, 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, and sample authors, Daniel Defoe, Rudyard Kipling, Horatio Alger. We've read a lot of his books. John Bunyan, you may recognize some may not be as recognizable, but he has those recommended in his collection. And I just totally loved all the books that I got. Now, you might notice something unique about all of these books. And the fact is, they are very old books. Most of the books that he recommends are without copyright. So that's why that you can get his CDs and copy them off onto your own computer, because they do not have a copyright on them. Okay, so I'm going to share with you a series that I totally love. This series could be used for anywhere from first grade to eighth grade. I love it. And it is called the Jolly Robin series, and the author is Arthur Scott Bailey. Okay, now I have found these on this website called Gutenberg.org. This is a website where people have put up all types of books, and anything on this website is free. Okay, Gutenberg, you may remember that is the name of the guy who invented the printing press. So this is kind of like the modern printing press. They have taken all kinds of books. You can't even imagine how many books there are, and everything on this website is free. So the book that I'm going to share with you today is The Tale of Jolly Robin. And as you can see, there are other books in the series, like The Tale of Solomon Owl, The Tale of Daddy Longlegs, The Tale of Ferdinand Frog, The Tale of Reddy Woodpecker. Now, in the stories, like for Jolly Robin, you're going to meet some of these animals, and then you'll find that there's an animal story about, with that animal as the star of the show. So we're going to click on The Tale of Jolly Robin, and you're going to see that you can access this book in a few different ways. You can read this book right online. You don't have to download it at all. Just read it right off online. You can download it if you want to. You can do EPUB. You can do Kindle. Okay, so these are free on Kindle. So I could download it onto my computer on Kindle, my iPad, my phone. I've read these books all different ways, and I've read these out loud to my children. And so I would recommend for homeschool family, even if your kid is only 5 years old, read out loud chapter books. Get your student used to sitting quietly, listening to a chapter book. They really can. I can remember when I was a new parent and I went to a group class, and this one woman was reading chapter books to 3-year-olds. She had them all sitting quietly, and they could understand everything she was reading. I was amazed. And that's when my oldest was 5 or 6, and she didn't sit very well. But then I learned, kids can sit better than we think, and they can listen, and it's good for them to hear oral reading, even from a familiar voice. I know we can do that now. We can play a audio book or something, but just hearing a person read a story is so good for their brain. So what we can do is I'm going to read this book online. Okay. We're going to go to the first page, and it says Project Gutenberg's The Tale of Jolly Robin by Arthur Scott Bailey. This ebook is for the use of anyone, anywhere, at no cost, and with almost no restrictions whatsoever. How often do you read this? You may copy it, give it away, or reuse it under the terms of the Project Gutenberg license included with this ebook or online at www.gutenberg.org. The title is The Tale of Jolly Robin by Arthur Scott Bailey, illustrator Harry L. Smith. March 9th, 2009 is the release date in English. Start of this Project Gutenberg ebook, The Tale of Jolly Robin. Okay, and we're going to look, here's the list of other books in the series. Jolly Robin First, Old Mr. Crow, Solomon Owl, Jasper Jay, Rusty Wren, Daddy Longlegs, Kitty Katydid. So you could use that list and maybe just read them in order. That's what I used to like to do. And then we have the title page, and author of Sleepy Time Tales, Arthur Scott Bailey. Here is the table of, oh, look at this, copyright 1917. This is no good. It's too old. Actually, the old books are very good. We are losing words in our English language every day. And these old books are packed with good vocabulary. You may come across words that you don't even really know. You might have to look them up. But this is good. You will learn new vocabulary, and your student will also learn new vocabulary as you read. I've always heard that you should read books out loud to your students 2 to 3 years higher in their reading level so that they can learn and they're going to progress naturally. They don't even really necessarily need the vocabulary list, learn this word, spell it, and definitions if you are doing this all along in your reading program. So here's the table of contents. Let's go down to the first section of this story. Nestlings. How often do we even use this word? We say little birdies. I just had some birds in my yard. I rarely said the word nestling, but that's what they are. Of course, there was a time once when Jolly Robin was just a nestling himself, with 2 brothers and 1 sister, all of them like him, much spotted with black. He lived in a house in one of Farmer Green's apple trees. The house was made of grass and leaves, plastered on the inside with mud, and lined with softer, finer grass, which his mother had chosen with the greatest care. I love these books because they take an animal and they personify it. They use the actual, or they, Walter Scott Bailey, the author, he uses words that describe the actual animal. Okay, he's taking what they really do and he's putting it into our perspective. I just love it. You may also see that the sentence structure in these stories is above what a normal first grader would read. Now, when I was teaching a class, first, second, and third grade, I finished all of the readers for that class in the school year. We still had a couple weeks left. So I went ahead and I copied this off and I gave this to everyone as a gift. And we read this book at the end of the year. So I think a first grader at the end of the year should be able to read this. Maybe some kids aren't quite at that level yet at the end of first grade, but if they can't read it themselves, you can read it out loud to them. And that is the bridge that kids need to, kind of whet their appetite for what's coming up. So the next part is, but Jolly never paid attention to his first home. What interested him more than anything else was food. From dawn till dark, he was always cheeping for something to eat. And since the other children were just as hungry as he was, those 4 growing babies kept their parents busy finding food for them. It was then that Jolly Robin learned to like angleworms. And though he ate greedily of insects and bugs, as well as wild berries, he liked angleworms the best. So lots of good vocabulary, good sentence structure, advanced sentence structure. And you're going to find that you're going to have good character. These animals are going to teach your kids good character and just so much wealth in these old books. There are many more old books as well. If you have a junior high student, I would recommend the Horatio Alger series. This is another series that is free. It's also an older series, just like this one. And it has a lot of great stories in it of kids all around the world. And each book goes to a different city, and it has a story about a student or child basically, and they have to go into the city. Sometimes they're an orphan and they have to figure out how to live on their own. They encounter all kinds of difficulties and they overcome them with good character. And so along with all of the good things that teachers love, good vocabulary, sentence structure, you're going to have good morals, and you can trust the series to teach your children good things. So the libraries don't have these older books, but we can still find them. You can also go to Amazon and you can buy some of the books in the Jolly Robin series if you want to just buy the book yourself, and they're not very expensive. So if I wanted my kid to have it, I might buy a few of them. If you can, if your student has a Kindle and they like to read, you could put some on their Kindle for free. Or if you're a parent, say you're going on a long trip and you want to read this out loud as you're traveling, you can just put it on your Kindle for free. So there's lots of ways that you can use these books, and I just love them. I can't speak highly enough of them. And kids are only young once, right? So you may not get through the whole entire series while your student is young, but as many as you can read of the classics to your kids will be to their benefit. They may not even know the benefit now, but they will appreciate it as they get older. So let me know if you like this video, and let me know if it's helpful to you. I appreciate you watching. Did you find any good information in this video? Did you know about Gutenberg.org? And did you know about all the free books that you can get on your Kindle that are classics? It's just amazing, the resources that we have today. And unfortunately, we don't tap into them. A lot of times we go to the easy access type materials, and those aren't always the best. I'm just saying. So let me know if you like this video. Please give me a thumbs up. And if you have not subscribed to my channel yet, I would love it if you would subscribe. And I look forward to having you as a subscriber. Send me a message and let me know what types of things you're looking for on my channel, and I'll see what I can do. I do hope you have a great day.